and welcome. Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about one of the best qualities of leadership, and this is trustworthiness. The best quality of leadership is trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is at the core of leadership in any society. It is the foundation upon which leadership is built. Trustworthiness can be classified into two: for God and for mankind. Let us ask ourselves, what is trustworthiness? Trustworthiness refers to three things. One is fear of God when you are alone. You know God is watching you. When you are alone, the fear of God refers to trustworthiness. The second one is not using the trust in leadership for personal purpose. You have been entrusted with resources, and these resources you need to keep in trust for the people who have given you the leadership. The third reference is made to no fear of mankind. Trustworthiness involves fearlessness. You don't need to fear any human being. Now, there are two qualifications of getting appointed, let me say that, for a leadership position. One is trustworthiness, and the second one is competence to do the job. If one has the competence but lacks trustworthiness in his or her character, never appoint them to the office, never. Because lack of trustworthiness means disaster to the society. Disaster in the community system ruins individuals in general. Will you put in charge a thief to overlook public resources on your behalf? Or even can you employ a thief to look after your business? Will you elect a liar to represent you and talk on your behalf? These are questions that refer to character. As a leader, before you are trusted, you need to trust yourself. Can you trust yourself? You cannot lead people who do not trust you. That is basic. What do you do when everyone is asleep? Do you do night running? What do you do when no one is watching you? Do you fear God? What will you do if no one will ever find out? These are questions of trust. Remember, trust is tested when you are alone. No one is watching you. No one is listening to you. When you are with only yourself, that is when trust is tested. And it's only you who knows. You see? Let me refer to the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam when he fled Egypt to Madian. This is when the Prophet Musa left Egypt to find security in the wilderness. He found people who are pastoralists giving water to the animals. He saw two women standing aside with their herd. To cut the story short, he helped give water to the animals of these two ladies. He asked, and then when he finished giving water to the animals, they went home, and their dad asked them, "How come you have come very quick?" They told him about the man who helped them give water to their animals. He asked them to bring the man to him. They came back to him and they took him with them to their dad. Prophet Musa alayhi salam narrated the story how he found himself at the well to the old man, and the old man assured him of his safety. Then one of the women said to her father, Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Qasas, verse 26, Surah 28, verse 26. One of the women said, "Oh my father, hire him. Indeed, the best one you can hire is the strong and trustworthy." That is Surah Al-Qasas and Surah 28, verse 26. In this ayah, Prophet Musa alayhi salam was inherited with two qualities, which were strength and trustworthiness. How did they find out about Musa's strength? How did they know? The two women saw Prophet Musa alayhi salam lift the lid of the well. They saw him do that. This was proof that he was strong. This is a quality of competence. How did they know that he is trustworthy? This is another quality. In fact, a fundamental quality in leadership. When one of the women came to take him to their dad, Prophet Musa alayhi salam asked the woman to walk behind him, and in case she wanted him to turn right or left, she just needed to throw a stone, and then he will know where to turn. Now, if you walk behind a woman, it is common knowledge that you will end up seeing her body, or at least the shape of her body. These days you hear, ladies first. What does it mean, ladies first? You want to look at her figure or body, right? Or what else? Why else will you say, okay, go forward? Why will you do that? Worse still, you will find many leaders using their leadership position to exploit innocent women in exchange for employment. Prophet Musa alayhi salam was trustworthy. He did not want to walk behind the woman. There are three areas where temptation is very high. When using your leadership position to exploit women by promising them employment or other favors. When you are a leader, you have access to a lot of privileges. So women come to you to get, favors. In the process, because of temptation, you end up exploiting these women. Now, trustworthiness, if you are a trusted person, you will avoid this temptation. The second area where temptation is very high is when you are in charge of public resource. You have been made to be in control. You have been positioned to have access to public resources. You will be tempted to loot the resource and siphon the money for your own private use. And the third situation is when you are fighting to gain or maintain your power, or you are going for an elective position, or you are struggling to climb the ladder of your career. You will be tempted to use any available means to take advantage of your opponent. Trustworthiness prevents these temptations. This is integrity. People talk about integrity, chapter 6, integrity. One thing that it is very hard to teach a human being is to be trustworthy. It is very difficult to teach someone to have integrity. You can teach all other skills, competence in medicine, competence in law, competence in accounts, But integrity and the trustworthiness, truthfulness, these are very difficult. It is a personal choice, and when you make that choice, it is you and only you and God who knows what you are trying to achieve. Therefore, leadership qualities, according to Islam, are a strength, the capacity and the skills to carry out a task, and the trustworthiness, having integrity and accountability. This represents a contract between leaders and their followers that they will try their best to protect and treat their followers justly. You protect the interest of your followers and treat them fairly. Also, a trustworthy leader, the one who is mindful of his or her relationship with God. This is a trustworthy leader. Trustworthy leader is aware of the state of being the servant of God. Trustworthy leader is also the one who is the representative of God in this world. You are here in this world as a representative of God. You have been given power to govern, power to judge between right and wrong, power. You have been given power to control resources. Then why would you steal the resources you have been entrusted with? Why will you oppress people like you who are also representative of God on earth? We put more emphasis on academic leadership, qualifications, vision, in communication. These are academic, and we forget the moral part of leadership, which is truthfulness. If you are truthful, you are truthful. People will trust you. Trustworthiness comes from there. You will find extremely skillful leaders with no moral foundation of leadership. Instead of looking and appointing people with high moral values who are trustworthy, we take handouts. We are given, small handouts. Or if we don't take small handouts, we say, Mutu yetu, our person. Our person. This is what is ruining, the society. It is either you are taking a small handouts, or you are saying this is our person. Who is your person? Who is this person? Your person will build himself a beautiful house and buy fine things of life, but you live in a slum somewhere, 2 meters by 2 meters, with no running water, with no toilet, with no clean water, no schools, no hospitals. And when elections come, you take tear gas on their behalf, you bite the bullet on their behalf. You reject real and genuine leaders. Why? Because they don't give out handouts. They don't lie to you. When elections come, I'll take you there, I'll give you this position, I'll give you this contract. Oh, you all know this is not true, it is a lie. But still, you believe and say probably or maybe it's going to be true. What is wrong with us? What is wrong? Look at what we have become, failed society. We take corrupt thieves, murderers, criminals to high leadership positions and expect good public service and development. How will this happen? How? If there is no trust, there is no life, because you'll be thinking how you are going, to be cheated, how to avoid that. What you have worked so hard, how other people, how thieves should not come for it. You are always on the lookout for thieves, fraudsters, and criminals. You have no peace. You are always wondering, what will happen next. We have to look for quality number one before anything else, trustworthiness in the person. Can he or she be trusted? Can he or she be trusted? Does he or she lie? Then we ask, can he or she deliver? Or is he or she qualified to do the job? That comes number 3. The most powerful force a leader can possess is trustworthiness, because trustworthiness protects your life as a leader. No one will come for you if you are a trustworthy person. You will not, lie. You will not cheat. You will not do fraud. Why will people come for you? So trustworthiness, the advantage of it is it will protect your life. It will also protect your leadership. Trustworthiness will protect your leadership. There will be no scandals. There will be no bribery. These are straightforward concepts, but people just overlook them. Trustworthiness will also protect your legacy. You will have a good name after you are gone. That was a leader. That was a person who had the interest of the people at his heart. That's what that's what people will say. Trustworthiness manifests who the person is and shapes who you will become. You see, the beauty of being trustworthy person is that the people you are surrounded will know that this person you are seeing here is very trustworthy. And once you stand out, people will trust you with a lot of things, with their valuables, with their secrets, with their life. So wherever you are, if you are trustworthy, you will stand out, no doubt about it. Trustworthiness also extends the longevity of your leadership. If you are a leader, your leadership lifespan will be long. Because without trustworthiness, every other aspect of leadership is at risk. Anytime a scandal will be unveiled, and that is the end of your leadership. So be wise, be trustworthy, and be truthful. Thank you for watching. If this video has made any sense to you, please subscribe.